What's going on, guys? It's Shane, also known as the Pittsburgh PA, and welcome back to another video. Welcome to the video, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date when I post videos every Sunday. I'm really excited about today's video because it's a little bit different. It's more geared towards people who are just graduating PA school, getting into the workforce, and even people who have been working as a PA for a few years. So today's video is about financial literacy for retirement, specifically for PAs. So let's get right into it. Okay guys, so today I'm going to talk about two different types of retirement accounts. I'm going to talk about a Roth IRA and a 401k. If you're not familiar, we'll go down through the differences of both and we'll explain what you can gain and the benefits of both. So let's start with the Roth IRA. Most of you have probably heard of this because your employers usually offer this. Essentially what it is a way for you to put money away and also catch a tax break. And in the same time, your employers offer a lot of benefits such as match up to a certain percent, and then eventually being vested where you can keep this money throughout your career. So let me kind of explain everything. Before I go into this, let me preface that I am not a financial advisor. I'm not certified. This is simply my knowledge, my research, the things that I do for myself. And I strongly encourage you guys to educate yourselves on this matter. It is extremely important. It's something that they don't teach you in medical school and PA school and undergrad. They don't teach you this stuff. So it's something that you really should know because it's gonna make or break your future. So let's just get into it. So 401k essentially is where you can invest money that is hidden from the tax man. So what that means is you are taking money out of your paycheck pre-tax. So if you make $100,000 a year and you put $5,000 into your 401k for that year, you're only taxed on $95,000, which is pretty cool. The other thing, when you do take it out at the age of 65 or 59 and a half, I believe is the age that you have to wait till, you are taxed on that money. So keep that in mind. And what you're trying to do is play a game where you're kind of betting that when you take that money out, you're going to be in a smaller tax bracket. Because right now you're making this money, you're working, so the taxes that you would have on it would be higher. But when you're retired and you don't have an income and you're ready to take that money out, you're in a lower tax bracket, so you pay less in taxes in the long run. In addition to this, a 401k can be extremely nice because a lot of employers offer matches. So what does that mean? If I work for an employer and let's just say that they are paying me $100,000, okay? And they offer a very nice, generous 5% match, 100%. So they will match 5% of my salary, 100%. So if I were to do that, that means investing 5% of my $100,000 salary would be $5,000. My employer would in turn match that $5,000 to put into my retirement account. So the $5,000 becomes $10,000. So it's free money. So it's really nice. But the one thing that you have to be aware of is that you have to be vested. So what does being vested mean? It means that you're at a company long enough to where you are allowed to keep the money that you put into your 401k. If you go to a job and you only work there for a year or maybe 2 years, it doesn't stay with you when you put money into your 401k if you're not vested. So it's something to ask in your interviews. Ask your employer, ask HR, when will I be vested in my 401k? So if you were to leave before you were vested, all the money that you gained, like the match and the returns on the money that you put in there, would belong to your employer. But the money that you put in out of your pocket would come back to you. So it's a delicate balance of, hey, I don't want to leave this place, I don't want to leave this job too early. If it's somewhere where you're not comfortable, you're not sure if you're going to like the job, and you think you might be moving on before you're vested, it's something to keep in the back of your mind because you don't want to lose out on that return money and you don't want to lose out on that employer match. But If you are going to stick with this company, stick with this job, you love where you work, and you continue to match the employer match year after year, you can put up to $19,500 in this account each year. If you do this, this is a guaranteed millionaire maker. By the time you're 65, you're sitting on well over $1 million if you return at about 7%, which is pretty average. So highly recommend looking into a 401k. Ask about it when you're interviewing at jobs. Ask about the benefits and how your employee matches your contributions. So let's talk about the Roth IRA. This is a different type of investment account, and this one is really, really cool. Different from a 401k, but very beneficial. So let's talk about the Roth. Roth is different because you can only put in $6,500 a year. Okay, that doesn't sound like a lot, but this money has to go in post-tax. So after you get your paycheck and your taxes are taken out, then you can contribute to your Roth. And the nice thing about this is that when you take money out of your Roth, it is tax-free. Years from now, when you take all that money out of your Roth that you've invested over time, no taxes. You get a break whenever you take it out. So again, this is another millionaire maker. No, you don't get the match that your employer would offer in your 401k, but when you invest, it's your money. It's your money, you're investing, and when it's time to take it out, you take it out with a tax break. So it's really, really nice and really, really important. Again, if you're investing the max amount in this, $6,500 a year, and then if you get to a certain age, I believe it jumps to $7,000 a year, and you do that till you're 65, you are well over $1 million. And I'll put a chart here to kind of show that calculation. About 7% return, which is average, but make sure you leave room for error. You may return 5, you may return 10, but either way, if you're planning and you're putting money aside, you're ahead of the game anyways. So the 401k and the Roth are two things that you should definitely look out for whenever you are interviewing with employers, whenever you're trying to put aside money for retirement, because these accounts are gonna be your keys to financial success and freedom in the future. And again, being aggressive, making sure that you're putting away, $500 a month, to $700, to $1,000, whatever you can put away, put it away. Pay yourself first. Take the money out and put it into those accounts, because the future you is gonna thank yourself. For a little bonus tip, I love offering books, I love reading, so bonus is to read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a book that I read before starting PA school. I love finances, and so reading this really changed my perspective on how I need to look at money and how I need to look at my future. And so if you have the time, it's a short read, I highly recommend adding it to your collection, taking a look at it, checking it out, because there's some great tidbits on how it can change the way that you think about financial literacy. Anyways guys, this has been Shane, also known as the Pittsburgh PA, and I'll see you guys in the next video.